Hi there, people. Today, I'm not going to be only playing Clash Royale, but I'm going to be telling a couple of interesting stories that may or may not surprise you. It's dramatic, retarded, and a little bit creepy. Well, let's get started. Oh yeah, one of my goals is to get to 10 crown, get the crown chest. Well, anyways, it starts off with, okay, it's a Friday. I we went to my friend's house for a football game, and well, we came back home. Well, me and my mom came back to our house third, but anyways, I was the end of the day, about to go sleep. About doing my later stuff. My mom starts. I hear running toward someone. I hear someone running towards my door. I'm like, what the heck could that be? And my mom's like, get dressed, stop jerking off or masturbating, whatever you call it. Hey, let's get the frick on the road to Miss Debbie's house. Like, holy crap, what did I do wrong? There's no way I would deserve this. And she's like, CG's dad might be dead. I'm like, oh crap. Well, anyways, we got there, the medics were there, the police, the fire department. I don't know why the fire department was there, but they were there. For some reason. Kind of weird, but it makes no sense. I mean, someone died, not there's a fire. But anyways, uh, I got when I got inside the house, CG's dad was dead on the couch. What was awkward was, or sad, mostly sad, most likely sad, was that my friend, was asleep and he didn't know any of this was going on. Yeah, and someone had to go in there, wake him up and tell him that his dad had died. Now imagine if you were the person to do that. That's some pretty messed up crap, isn't it? Well, CJ came out of the room, he was crying. That's what made me cry, because, jeez, my dad was dead. I don't know what the heck I would do. Well, anyways, the one thing that could have changed, that I wish I could have changed, was staying there for the whole week, spring break. And it's kind of a nightmare because he, my friend would not let me sleep at all. I was happy it was a school night. I was able to sleep. I was actually able to sleep. Well, anyways, the week was over and everything. Back to school. I came back to their house every once in a while, help them pack up and stuff. Yeah. Well, now here's the funny part of the story. This is where things get awkward. Well, anyways, they had left to go to Washington, which is 2,000 miles away from Nevada, which is where I locally live. But anyways, I decided, and they told us we could help ourselves anything that was left. I decided to go to the wife's room, and there was a dresser right next to her bed. I was wondering what the heck could be in there that is so important to be locked. Well, I was curious enough to get a hammer and bust open the um, drawer to find out that the rest of my life was scarred. There was magazines, there was fake D's. I don't like saying the other word because it feels immature to me. It just feels plain weird. Well, anyways, then I get a call from CJ saying, "Hey, I left something in my drawer for you." And I'm like, "What the heck could it be now?" Well, it happened to be a adult movie, and I guess you could say it's the kind. Basically, I'm just gonna say it now. It's basically porn. Yes, porn. It's basically porn. He left me porn. Oh my god. And I had never talked to him ever again. Besides when we play our games and stuff. But I never talk about that one thing ever again. I'm only sharing this experience with you, or a couple of y'all, because I don't know who's going to be watching this. Well, off to the horrible suffering story. Well, I don't really have a story like that. Well, I guess, well, I was at school. It's the end of the day. We're after PE, social study hall or something like that. We all, a couple of people got in a huddle. One of our teachers, she's a real cool teacher. I mean, she's awesome. We we started talking about siblings, and then someone mentions my brother's name, and the teacher's like, "You mean that kid from 6th grade?" And I'm like, "Oh, you mean my brother?" And she said, "Yeah, I hate that kid, or dislike that kid. That kid's so annoying. He gives me mean faces, and he's just plain out rude." Well, I was like, I live with him. I live with him. Now, when you have a brother like that, who even the sweetest teacher hates a kid, or just strongly dislikes a kid like that, that's gotta mean something. So, there's this one kid my brother hangs out with, and he is a very rude kid. Like, you will get mad very easily just by looking at him. I mean, like, holy crap. I mean, I've never seen it. I mean, I usually don't judge people by their looks, but you can tell by the way this person looks that he's not the type that would be friendly. Yeah. So, what happened was, he basically got into my face. I was like, "Hey, you better get away from me and get that crap." Hold on. I don't want to say any cuss words because I'm trying to make it most child friendly. Well, okay, I'm just gonna plain out say it. I said, "You better get that shit away from me, or I'm gonna have to knock you out." He was like, "Yeah, right." So I stood up, and I was about 7 inches taller than he was. And he was scared as crap. He decided to pee his pants. I gave him one slick punch, and he was down. Anyways, he was peeing his pants and everything.
Oh, wait, are you talking about me?
Sorry about that. It was an interruption by my brother. It pissed me off so bad. He's like, "Are you talking about me?" He was like that. It made me so mad. So yeah, that took about 5 minutes to deal with. Well, actually, it took me 10 seconds because he was scared. Well, anyways, the teachers didn't really get mad at me because he had finally shut up for about 5 minutes. But the principal didn't really say anything because they knew it wasn't really my fault, because that kid will piss you off. Like, so bad. Like, I can't hold that back anymore. Like, I've never got mad at somebody so easily in my entire life. So, then back towards the end of the day. We're still talking about siblings, stuff during the day, and I was telling him about how it feels to live with my brother. My brother's like, here, hey, can you toss me my soda? I toss it to him. He dropped it and got pissed. He's like, you made me lose all the carbonation. Ah! He's like, you call yourself a pitcher? And I'm like, you call yourself a catcher? And